Looking at the Panthers, though, they have the most interesting pairing to me. Bill Zito, who, like, jury's still out, right? Like, he's made some really interesting moves, and it's going to be a while before we know how they play out. The guy's got balls, and I don't think he's done anything that was, like, stupid besides bringing in Sherratt and giving up a first for that. But that aside, like, he's interesting to me. He's a guy that could, depending on what he does the next year or two, be a solid GM. We'll see. The head coach, though, and I know Dev is snickering and probably getting ready to tag me in the next mention of Maurice on Twitter. Dude, I think Paul Maurice is such a good coach.
Dude, I love Paul Maurice. He's one of my favorite figures in hockey, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. I fucking love Paul Maurice.
Dude, Wild fans are going to be bummed. You can be mad at me, whatever. I do not think Andrew Brunette is the coach that everyone thought he was when he got nominated as one of the top 3 for the Jack Adams this year. I don't think he's a bad coach, and I do think that he'll get another shot at a head coaching gig if he so chooses. I don't even know that he wants to be a coach, but he was definitely, I wouldn't say he was the problem, but he wasn't a solution to their playoff woes. You saw it, dude, they could have easily lost to the Washington Capitals in the first round, a way less skilled team, but they didn't know how to make adjustments. They weren't making corrections game to game. They were just coming out with the same thing, hoping it would work to overpower them. That, to me, is a big red flag from the coaching perspective. And hey, again, wish nothing but the best for Bruno. Hopefully he has success now as an assistant, or even perhaps in a future head coaching role. Paul Maurice is a top 3 coach, period.
Oh, dude, in his last, 8 full seasons, because he replaced something Noel, the first coach when Winnipeg came back. That guy was a nut job. He replaced him midway through the season, so I won't count that. But for his full 8 seasons with the Winnipeg Jets, made the playoffs 5 times, like over 500 and he acquired a team that wasn't that great. Let's be honest.
You want to talk about that's probably, I mean, if we're all being objective here, take away like the roster and everything, just say, where do you want to live? I'm pretty sure Winnipeg is bottom 3 in everyone's minds.
100%.
Out of all of the markets. And they still managed to get and keep solid players there. They're going to be in for a tough year this year with potentially losing Scheifele, already having the writing on the wall for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Like, I'm not sure what the Jets are going to be, but Maurice was a big piece in bringing that group together, kind of getting the best out of them and maybe even a little bit more when they were a team that always had holes, but still was able to overcome them. Like, I'm really bummed for them. It made for a great story, sure, but dude, losing to Vegas and not going to the finals that year against the Capitals, that robbed us. That would have been such a good series, whereas the Capitals just fucking trounced the Vegas Golden Knights.
Winnipeg might have won that series, to be perfectly honest.
I honestly would have picked Winnipeg over the Caps in that series, but it would have been a really good one.
I would have been the only Canadian crying when that happened.
But again, Paul Maurice going to be really interesting to see what he does now with this team. And again, changes to come. I still think Sam Reinhart's the one to watch as far as a guy that might be moved and hopefully bringing back some help on the defensive side of the puck. But I really like him in the whole sphere of head coaches in the NHL.